Everyone, good afternoon. Can anyone hear me? Yeah, just react. Just let me know by reacting. Okay. So, yes, ma'am. All right. Yes. So, my name is Oluwakemi Adeleke, and I'm sure you guys know me already. And yeah, thank you for joining this orientation session. And let me quickly walk you guys through design power. Thank you. All right, let me quickly walk you guys through design part because I know a lot of people joined in via the link on social media without having even to read what we actually do or what we stand for. All right, so Design Pal is an all-inclusive design academy that aims to foster early learning and growth within designers, right? What we're trying to do at Design Pal Academy, entry level designer, people transitioning from a non-technical background can have that opportunity to get real value for free. Now, what is the brand story, or what's the brand story? So for every brand, there should be a brand story, like something that led to that brand coming to life. You all know I'm a designer, right? And a largely self-taught designer, right? And yeah, so sorry about that. So I'm largely a self-taught designer, and yeah, it wasn't easy. Then it was actually very tough trying to get to the design space with just you alone and inshallah and vibes. Yeah. Then it was just myself and vibes and inshallah without having any reliable person to put me through. So I understand that I was in that space then, and I knew how it felt. I knew how lonely it was. I knew how tough, how hard it was. And that was what led me to create Design Pal, because even before launching, a lot of people do reach out to me to tell me that they want me to mentor them, they want me to do this, they want me to do that. They are trying to learn design, they try to learn UI UX design, how can they move forward and all that. And then I realized that, yeah, what I felt then, or what I passed through then regarding transitioning from a non-technical background to a technical field, I realized that a lot of people are still facing that challenges as well. And that is what birth Design Pal. So what we are trying to do is to ensure that everyone has equal opportunity to design training, right? Now, you all know that it's a 3 month training, 12 weeks, and for that 12 weeks, you'll be having your classes weekends alone. It's weekend because we're trying to create a flexible learning environment for people. We are all adults, and there are people that are still working. A lot of people, some people are still working, right? And that is why we actually made it weekends alone. So your classes are Saturdays, that is 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Nigerian time. But that timing is flexible, which means sometimes the mentors might not be around, and then we would need to like postpone the class to Sunday, or maybe change the timing from 10 a.m. to 12 to 2 to 4 p.m. But trust me, whatever it is, whatever time your meeting will be starting, we will definitely communicate with you via email. You won't have any problem like not knowing that there is a class was rescheduled or anything. For every class that would be rescheduled, maybe due to the mentor not being available, right, you would be informed. Definitely you would be informed. But your classes are weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. So I just want you guys to react. Can anyone hear me? Let me know if people can hear me, so I'm not just speaking in tongues to myself. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, okay. So a lot of people can hear me. So what I'm saying is that what I said is that your classes are weekend based alone, right? Saturdays and Sundays. And first it's majorly Saturday, but we are flexible with our timing because the mentors have other engagements as well. So sometimes they may not be around for that 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Saturday, right? They might be around on Sunday. So if your class can't hold on Saturday, it will definitely hold on Sunday. And if it can't hold 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Saturday, it can hold 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. or 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. that same Saturday. Just know that your weekends are for your classes, including Saturday and Sundays. So whichever one, we would definitely communicate with you. Right. So now let's talk about, okay, at least we've actually had some discussion about your classes. Now you understand where your classes would be, and even if it's gonna be postponed or rescheduled, you would be informed. You would definitely be informed, right? So now let's talk about your projects. I know that three teams have gotten their project brief. Now, in as much as we are a beginners friendly academy, like we inculcate your learning or teaching from beginners level, we don't start like by teaching you, oh, how to design on Figma. Those are the basic things you should have learned, right? Those are the basics of design, that or of like using the software, things you should have known, right, before even applying. So we will start our teaching by how to use Figma. So if there's anyone who doesn't know how to use Figma yet, just use the whole of today, right? Before tomorrow, use the whole of today to go on YouTube, search for tutorials on how to use Figma, how to do this on Figma, how to do that on Figma. Search for tutorials on that, right? Here we are. You've already seen your course outline, so I can't even I don't need to explain that again. For some courses, you've seen your course curriculum, you've seen your course outline, so you already know what you should expect, right? But I'm saying this for people that don't even know Figma at all, right? What you should do for yourself right now today, for the whole of today, is install the Figma software, create an account, right? Go on YouTube, watch tutorials on how to use it, because nobody would teach you how to use Figma here. So I hope I'm not breaking your heart, because that is not part of our course curriculum or course outline. So we are diving into the course fully, though we are starting from basics, right? So, and you have your induction pack. Someone is saying they don't have the course outline. For motion, the only students that don't have their course curriculum yet is for the motion graphics design students, and it's because it's not yet ready. It will be ready by weekend or next week, because your mentor is really really busy. But for UI, UX, 3D, graphics, brand identity, you all have your course curriculum in that induction pack. The UI, UX, graphics, brand identity, content, yeah, content designers, your course curriculum and course outline is there. And yesterday, someone is asking me for 3D. I sent in 3D course curriculum yesterday. It means you guys don't check the Slack workspace. I sent in the course curriculum for 3D yesterday, right? So what you have to do is check the Slack. You would find it there. Someone is saying we can't join the Slack. Who is saying sorry? Now I think sorry, Esther. We can't join the Slack. Which Slack exactly, Esther? He's saying the link has been revoked. Oh wow. So Malik as well. So okay, so now you guys are not on the Slack workspace. Eh? Interesting. So you guys are not on the Slack workspace, and you are calm. Oh, wow, 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 wow. That's such of a, like, you have mind though. Like, I mean, you are actually, you are well relaxed. Okay, you couldn't join the Slack workspace and you're calm and nothing. Okay, fine. Well, anyway, so moving on, for those of you that are in the Slack workspace already, you know you have your induction pack, you have your course curriculum, and you have your timetable. For the courses that we can't that you've not seen your timetable, it's because we are still working on it. So don't worry, everything you would get your timetable, right? So I we have not forgotten. UI, okay, UI is done, UX is done, graphics is done, brand identity should be ready by the end of today, then the other courses too by tomorrow. So you have your timetable. So your timetable is just basically like what you, if you actually check the one for UI and UX, it's just like stating the teacher that would be teaching you, the topic, and then the date. That is just what it's all about. Now I also mentioned that you have your project. So I was talking about your project. Your project isn't something that should scare you, right? For the three teams that got their project link today, your project isn't something that should scare you. The thing is, your project is a real project, like a real life project, that when you add it to your portfolio, you would, when you share it with people, you like they would know that okay, this is not just a random dribble link or a random dribble design, right? This is a real life project. So your projects are real life projects. And trust me, we know that you guys are like, you are just starting, but there is no project that is too hard for any designer. If you are a serious designer and you're ready to learn, and you're ready to make research, there is no project that is too difficult for a designer. The difference between a designer that is like cashing out, getting funds and everything, getting well paid, and the person that is still like, I can't do this, I can't do that, sometimes it's laziness. Trust me, sometimes, most times, not even sometimes, most times it is laziness. Because a designer that is like getting paid, well, getting paid and doing all that, do you know that person has put in, like, I can't even call it like a million times into teaching, into learning, making research, trying to design, right? That person is putting, or has put in a lot, trying to design, trying to learn, trying to research and all that. But you that you are complaining, I don't even know how am I getting, like, how are people getting jobs? It's because you're lazy. Yeah, I'm not sorry, because I know a lot of designers that are just lazy. You might be complaining that I'm not getting jobs, where are they getting that jobs? Like, you need to make research, you need to do it yourself. If you don't do it, nobody will do it for you. If it is learning, you need to learn, upskill, upgrade. Trust me, design is actually very hard. Yeah, I am welcoming you guys to it, I'm welcoming you officially. Design is very hard. In fact, it is harder than development. Yes, UX, it is harder than development. Okay, at least something to boast my points. You guys have seen your, like, you've seen your projects. I'm sure while you're reading that project brief, somewhere in your mind you're like, do I really want to do this? Yes, design is really hard, very very hard. So if you're not determined and you're not consistent and you're not focused, it will seem like every other person is getting it, they're getting paid, that they are traveling places, and you are there, you're still like trying to still find your way around. So all everything you have to do in this field, or everything you will do in this field, everything you will do is this. Sorry, my engineering team, they are fighting me already. My engineering team are fighting me already because I said design is harder than development. Actually, to be very honest, design is actually hard than development. Yeah, JavaScript can show you shege, but trust me, when UX want to deal with you as well, you will know that design is really hard. When UX want to deal with you, you know that design is really hard, right? So my developers are fighting with me already. Okay, now let's go back to what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that your project shouldn't scare you. What you've seen is just to let you know that you are on the right path to becoming the best designer, right? And how do you get there? You have to put in the work. You have to learn. Keep learning. Even after you're done here at design part, you have to keep learning, right? Now, we already announced that your project for this cohort, or the project for this cohort, would be on Web3. Trust me, you don't expect a Web3 project to be like an edutech project or a social media project. You should know Web3 is hard. Now, how do you approach this project? I sent in links. During cohort one, we had some sessions on how to approach a project, how to analyze project brief. Those are the essentials you should watch. All your team members, tell your team members, you guys are collaborating. Like I mentioned, you have to see yourself as a whole startup, a whole company that has different design team members and different departments in the design team. That link, I shared the link on the Slack channel. You all should go and watch it. That session is like 5% how you can start your. Do you guys understand? That are sessions on analyzing project brief and approaching your project. Those two sessions actually solved 75% of your project issue, like on this project that you've just gotten today. So do not be scared. I mean, don't be scared. It is just design. Yeah, I'm just trying to calm you down. It's just design. You would design it. You would do it, right? You would do it. So, but how do you do it? You have to make research. I do tell people you should be a student that learn outside classroom. You should be a student that learn outside the classroom environment, right? Your teachers will teach you, your mentors will teach you, everyone will tell you, oh, this is it, right? But you should be ready to also learn outside classroom environment, because that is what actually makes you a designer. When you start working in an enterprise, like a large enterprise, let's say Slack, Google, Microsoft, trust me, those guys, you're not just going there with what you learned at any boot camp. You are going there to learn and keep learning, and you have to keep learning, right? So if you want to work, like you want to work in a real company, you have to be an hardworking designer and someone who find every opportunity in learning. That project brief, what you have to do after watching the session on YouTube regarding approaching a project and analyzing a project brief, take your time to make research, right? Take your time to make research, because you need to understand it first before even designing. If you don't understand that brief, you can't design anything, right? So you have to take your time to understand what you want to do before even jumping on Figma, right? So now I am like just trying to calm you down, because I know that when you guys actually saw that brief, I know in your team, in your various teams, I'm sure you'll be like saying a lot, like, God, hey God, I beg. I'm sure I know the reactions. I can relate. I know the reactions, like I know how it would look like. But trust me, you can do it. It's not it's not too hard, it's not too much, it's not too difficult for you. It is something you can do. And after you're done with this cohort, you're not presenting your projects on Twitter or LinkedIn or wherever you want to present it. Ah, bro, like, you would be happy with yourself, because when you see what you did, like, you will see your handwork. You'll be telling yourself, I designed this is my handwork. You would be happy with yourself, right? So that is why right now you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. It is what you can do. You can do it. Tell yourself you can do it. Even if the project brief look like a mountain, you need to tell yourself you can do it, right? Yeah. So before we move on to the rules and regulations and introducing the team members, does anyone have question? Okay, let me quickly talk about your team. Guys, see, after any after learning design, I think the hardest thing in life is managing people, dealing with people. It is really difficult. Now you are in a team and you guys are up to 28 or 30 or 20 or 25 or whatever. There's bound to be misunderstanding. There's bound to be misunderstanding because you all are coming from a different background. You can't reason in the same way. You can't understand things the same way. There are some people that it takes time before they understand things. Yeah. Now, in your team, you have to learn to tolerate people. You have to learn to collaborate. You have to learn to like cooperate with people because it's not easy. You don't know that person from anywhere and you have to work together for the next 12 weeks. How do you do it? You have to tolerate that person. Correction is bound to happen. You can correct that person. Oh, okay, I feel this is how you should have done it, or this is how we can do it, but everything should be done in love. Do you guys understand? So learn to manage yourself. I'm sure you guys have a team lead right now. You guys have a team lead, right? You have a name of, you have your team, you've given yourself your name. I told you guys to name your team and then select your general lead, like the old lead, right? And send forward the details to Victoria on the Slack channel. Now, the team lead is really not the only person who should manage the team. See, everybody has a tendency of leading in them. It's just how we use it. Everyone can be a leader. Anybody can be a leader, right? So don't wait until the team lead is around before you guys manage or control yourself, or like, I mean, get things done. Your team lead might not be available for a particular time and you guys need to get that thing done. You should do it. Someone can stand up and like, okay guys, let's do this. I mean, everyone have the tendency to lead. That is why you see in Nigeria a lot of people are coming out like they're declaring, oh, they are running for governor, they are running for this, they're running for that. Yes, everyone has the tendency to lead. So if your team lead is not available, you can also take up that role at that moment just to organize everybody and get things done. Do you guys understand? And another thing that is really, really important about your project, you have to name your startup. See it as a startup, like it's a company. It's a startup company, a Web3 startup. You have to name your product. Give your product a very fine name. And okay, so let me just you guys about something that we haven't mentioned that we plan to mention here in the orientation event. You okay, so we have 10 teams. We have 10 teams, right? At the end of the program, at the end of the cohort, the team with, can you guys hear me? Someone said the audio is really breaking. Can you guys hear me at all? Okay. All right. So, and at the end of the cohort, the team with the highest, no, not highest, sorry, the team with the best design, and not just best UI, I mean best UI, best UX, awesome branding. Everything has to be awesome. Awesome branding, best UI, best UX, good animation video, good motion video. Like, I mean, everything about your startup is on point. The team with the best would have their project implemented and it will be hosted live. I don't know. Do you guys get what I just dropped? I mean, that's a gist. Do you guys actually get what I just dropped? At the end of the cohort, at the end of your 12 weeks, the team with the best design, best branding, like you're branding your company. That is why I say you should see it as a startup. You are branding your company. The team with the best branding, best motion, like advertising your product, best motion, everything. The team with the best overall design and all and branding would get their project implemented and hosted live. Don't worry, we will take care of the hosting and cost of the developers developing the project, right? So you know that that's another cost on us. Like that's another cost on us, right? So what you just have to do is, if you want to see your projects live, right, what do you have to do? Put in the effort. Trust me, it's a good thing to finish a 3 month cohort. Oh, okay, so let me clarify this. It's not the entire project that would be developed. Let's not get ourselves wrong. It is not the entire project, but the landing page. Like, every company has a website. Like your website, your landing page, and the about us. So your about us, you put your team members there. Like I mentioned, you have to see your team as a whole startup, as a whole company, right? So the pages that will be developed and hosted live is your landing page, right, and your about us page. So we would showcase your about us page is just to showcase you and your team members and all, right? And the landing page, I mentioned it in the brief that your product should have a landing page, and the landing page should give detailed information of that product, what it does and everything. So the team that has the best branding and all would get the landing page and their about us page implemented. It will be hosted live, right? So your landing page and your about us page will be hosted live. We would implement it, we would host it, we will buy you a domain name. Everything is on us, right? So what you have to do is put in effort. So we have 10 teams. Let's say the team that would actually get this opportunity to have the company websites. Let me put it, yeah, you're a company website and about us page hosted live. All right, so now let me stop here and ask for questions. So let me stop here and take questions. So let's take questions. If you have questions, you can raise your hand. If you have a question, raise your hand so I can unmute you. If you have a question, please raise your hand so I can unmute you. Where will the class be holding? So the class will be holding on a class platform, like a virtual learning platform. It's called class, right? Don't worry, you'll be sent your link, your class link, right? You'll be invited to your class. So that's not a problem. It will be your classes are gonna be held on class. So we will send you link to your classes, so that's not a problem. Which Okay, all right, Olamide, you've been unmuted. Please speak.
Good evening.